it's been, if you're not going to believe this, it's been 2 months since I've been down here. I'm so far behind. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, back. And I'm going to get back aboard Little Girl this morning. I'm going to go out there right now and get everything untied. Try to get the tarp back. But unfortunately, and this has worked out this way the last couple of times I've been down here, it's got rain coming in Tuesday. This is Monday morning, by the way. And I really, really want to see if I can get my motor started. It's been sitting all winter. My brother got it back from Anchor Outboard over here, and they had it going. So good news. But that was like last October, something like that. They had it going, and but I need to get some gas and get some oil in it and see if I can't get that going. The other thing I'm going to be looking for. Let me just sit down here. I'm going to be looking for the spin lock and the double block that goes at the base of the mast. Where they went, I'm just clueless. With all the work that I did last time, I got the hose plug on the top of the cabin there and everything. Everything's ready to go ahead and get some paint on that and get some, get those things mounted, or, at least maybe get the setup for it done, maybe drill the holes and that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, if I can't find those silly things, I'm going to have to go buy new ones. And anyway, they've gone somewhere. I think they're still on the boat. It's one of those mysterious disappearing acts. Sometimes you get in the middle of a project and all of a sudden, where the heck did I put that? So anyway, let's go take a look at Little Girl, see how she fared over these last 2 months. I'm just, sometimes life gets in the way, and that's exactly what's happened. We just got back from a week-long trip down to Alabama, and family stuff. Before that, there was another family trip to Arkansas, and before that, or during that, in between, our daughter had her 2 daughters, 2 little twins. Anyway, hey, enough on the family stuff. Let's go take a look at Little Girl. Well, I was here last night. We got in last night, but we immediately grabbed Mom and Dad and got them into the car and went down and bucked the lines to go eat at Seafood Sam's. And that's great. It's been 2 months. Let's go take a look on the other side. This is looking good. Looks like everything held up pretty admirably here. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Yeah, I think we're fine. And my motor's tucked in right there. So we're good. All right, well, I'm going to come back to this in a few minutes and get this stuff untied. But, yeah, I think we're looking really good here. Oh, yeah. All I can say is it's about time. Oh, man alive. We're get myself right in the way there. Finally back aboard Little Girl. And first things up, I've got to find that double block and the spin lock. And that's going to be my priority here for the next, I don't know, however long it takes. I've got to find them, and they've got to be here. So anyway, I'm gonna get busy with that, and if I find those, then we're going to be working on top of the cabin today, trying to get those things placed, marked where they're going to be, maybe even drill the holes, and kind of get things set up for that. So, All right, hey, welcome back. So glad to be back aboard, little girl, and it smells boaty in here. I love it. Sweet little boat. All right, guys, thanks for coming back, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, I'm back from West Marine. I did some tracking down of the parts I need, since I seem to have lost my Harken double block, and I've seemed to have lost my spin lock. So anyway, let me just share with you what I ran down as far as internet is concerned, what I can do on there. Spinlock T25 is what I'm looking for the deck organizer. That's the one that I'm going to use to turn the corner and head it back toward the cockpit. I can get that for 31 bucks, well, plus tax, because it's Massachusetts here. 31 bucks through West Marine, 29 online if I go with Sailrite. On the other hand, the double block, which is a Harken 220, is 46 bucks with Sailrite, 48 bucks with West Marine. So anyway, those are the things, and I can get out of the whole thing for less than 100 bucks. But I mean, I'm still not giving up. I don't know, somewhere those get these things off. Somewhere those parts are on this boat, and I cannot find them. Drive me nuts. Okay, but in the meantime, what I did do, I went ahead and bought some paint, deck paint, because my old deck paint, as I mentioned in the last project I was doing when I was painting these hatch covers up here, has gotten to the point where, in the first place, it's almost empty, and I'm getting all these little glops and things. Oh, it's just a pain in the tail. So anyway, I went ahead and bought Pettit Easy Epoxy white. This is the same stuff I used on Clarissa, my sailboat that I built a long time ago. So I'm going to use that for deck paint, and since I've got these places up here on the cabin top already the holes all plugged and sanded out, and those are ready, I'm going to throw a couple of coats of paint on those. That way, when I get ready to paint the whole cabin top, they'll already be prepped to go ahead and sand out with the rest of it and give it one last coat, so everything will come up even. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I'm going to get back to work trying to find my parts, and for the life of me, I do not know. I was talking to Marcel, a buddy of mine up at West Marine. I've known him for a long time, and he said he and his dad are convinced that there's just this void where things disappear. When you need them most, they disappear. So let's hope I find the void and find where I am. My parts are missing, so we can do this without having to spend another 100 bucks. Anyway, get back to work. Well, they say go real thin coats, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Just give this a coat and let it dry, and come back and give it another coat. Sand it out a bit. And anyway, so I've already done the one back by the cockpit. So, let's see, right here. Already done this, and I'm just gonna let that all dry and come back a little bit later. I'm pleased with the match up here. I think that this is going to actually blend in pretty well with the other paint that I use. They quit making. West Marine had its own brand, and they quit making it, and so I'm kind of beefed about that. But this doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's going to blend pretty well. Anyway, I'm going to... it's not going to matter anyway, because it's all going to get done. But at least these patches that I had plugged all the holes and sanded them out, they're done with one coat, and I do a couple more, and we're going to be good to go. Well, I grabbed lunch, got back on the boat. I spent well over an hour, and this paint, by the way, I've already sanded it on top of the wet. This paint is just not drying, and it's because it is wicked, wicked humid today here on Cape Cod. So we're just going to let this sit and wait for it to dry, and you know, it's not going to kill us if we don't get a second coat on. At least it's the first coat on here. I did the same thing up there, and again, I will tell you, do not park under a pine tree with your boat. Major pain in the buttock. So anyway, yep, just gonna let this dry, and when it dries, we'll get another coat on.
This is exciting. Look at those bubbles.
Guys, that was good news. Yeah, after all the hassle we went through the day before I was ready to pull last fall, and the motor wouldn't start. So we got it into Anchor Outboard up here, and they worked on it, and they put a new head gasket in it, and blah, blah, blah. And said for a while it wasn't starting. Well, anyway, it did start. And finally my brother went and picked it up, and it only cost me $100. But anyway, long and short of it, I'm a motor coward. I don't like motors. I'm a sail guy, but I've got to get used to this, and I've got to be able to do it on my own. And so I'm just going to quit wimping out. And so that's what I did today. I went and bought a brand new fresh tank of gas, 1 gallon, put in my little 1 bottle, bottle per gallon of the oil, mixed it all up, hitched everything up, put the water in the bin as you saw, and it started. So hello, I just gotta quit being a wimp about this. I'm sorry, I know. All you guys that are sailing enthusiasts, and I am a sailing enthusiast. That's the name of that game. I'm not real fond of motors, and never have been. But I've got to get used to it. And this old girl is a fine old long shaft Evinrude, 6 horsepower, and I just got to get used to it. So anyway, it's working. It doesn't run real smooth right now. I think what it needs is to be out on the water. It hasn't been started since last September? September, 1st of October. So that's been a lot of months with it just sitting all through the winter months, and I'm just really grateful that here we are, mid-June. June 21st to be exact, and I was able to get some fresh gas and oil and get it started. So good news, good news. That is one of the major things of this trip ticked off the list right there. Oh, by the way, apologies to my Johnson, not Evinrude. Where is my head? Oh dear. Anyway, yes, this is a fine old Johnson outboard, 6 horse, long shaft, and I love her. By the way, 2001 is the date on this particular motor. So it's a 20-year-old motor, but yeah, I may start it 2 or 3 more times here while I'm working around the boat this afternoon, just to kind of give it some run time and maybe smooth it up a little bit. Anyway, yeah, really glad to have her. Here's the bottom bracket for my boom fang. And here's my nice brand new rivet kit that I bought a long time ago. but I've never used it. And frankly, I've never done riveting at all, period. And so I want to study up how to do this. I also want to study the positioning. I'm sure that when you're doing a boom vang, it's going to be running up to the underside of your boom a certain way out on the boom, that you want to study out exactly what the position is and so forth. So I'm going to study it a bit and do some practice runs with the rivet kit, because I have never, ever, believe it or not, done riveting. And I need to learn. I need to learn to do it well before I go putting in these 6 rivets that are going to hold the bottom of the boom vang to the base of the mast. So, all right, one more project, one more thing to study. And maybe the next time down we'll get this done. Maybe tomorrow. If it holds off raining, I'll be back out here. I'll study it on the internet tonight, and we'll see if we can't get this done. Without the actual bullet block where the halyards are running through it, it's virtually impossible to do this. I've just drawn an approximate there. 2 lines coming out where the halyards are going to be coming across. Then they hit the spin lock unit and turn, and they go into this, into the over-under. Yeah, I'll tell you what, without the actual stuff here, I'm not even going to guesstimate, because you just can't do it. You can't do it. I'm going to have to see how it is when we get the equipment here. I mean, if we had it, we could tape it down to the deck and see how it goes from there, but in the meantime, it's just guesswork. This is the little over-under that I did for to run the halyards through that go back to the cockpit, back through the clutches, and then they into the cockpit. So, guys, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and just get the equipment first, and then we'll look at it on the next run down here. I'm hoping I have it by then. I can afford it. That's not the point. I hope I can find it so I don't end up having to spend the money all over again. All right. Little disconcerting when you don't have the actual stuff to go by. This is not going to be a perfect coat, doesn't need to be, because all this is going to get, this is just a second coat, a cover coat, and it's only getting on here to just get the job done, just to cover what the holes that were plugged and sanded out with the Marine Tex, and just to get it done for now, because all this is going to get sanded out all over again, and a brand new coat of paint is going on top of the cabin. So this is just a temporary, just get the job done. Anyway, got it done. I already got behind the mast, so these 2 are done for this trip. By the way, I was thought of it this morning when I pushed the hatchback. Every bit of the work that I did on these runners, listen to this. Smooth as butter, man. It's just worth every bit of the effort that I put into it. And and all I got to do is wax those runners periodically. You can see the wax on it right here, and it just works like a charm. I love it. So, yeah, it seemed to be kind of a trivial thing, but it just makes it so much smoother, and it's and the hatch doesn't jam anymore. It's so cool. Guys, that's it for part 1 of Restoring Little Girl Back at It. And we've got another whole episode of more that we got done on this trip, but was up to about 20 minutes. I like to keep my videos kind of short, So there's going to be another one coming out within a week. But just let you know, we are back at it. And that's the name of this video. So anyway, there's going to be part 2 coming out, and we cover even more stuff that we got done. And by the way, I'll tell you this: I never did find the parts that I was missing to the cabin top hardware that was supposed to be turning the corner there and bringing those halyards back to the cockpit, and never found them. So I'll let you kind of be in suspense on what we're going to do about that. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this one, and we'll catch you the next time around. Thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl.